What is up, guys? It's your boy Hamad back with episode 4 of the HooperCast here on a Wednesday. This is going to be coming out on a Wednesday as well. I'm trying to release these episodes on the day I record so it's fresh. All the news is updated, everything. This is going to be a pretty slow episode, We're just going to talk about what's going on around the league. And to finish off the show, we're just going to go over some hot takes. So preseason has been pretty slow. Nothing much going on. Basically, it's how preseason is. It just dies down after, it's almost about to finish. Players aren't playing like those superstars. So the biggest news around the league right now at this moment is from yesterday after the Warriors and Trailblazers preseason game, which the Warriors won 131-98. Steve Kerr announced that before the game, he said that he had a major announcement after the game, and he will give an update about Draymond Green and what his condition will be going on with the team. So yesterday, he said that Draymond Green will rejoin the team on Thursday, which is tomorrow, for practice, and he will play on Friday against the Nuggets in a preseason game, and he will be available for ring ceremony and opening night on Tuesday, the 18th against the Lakers. He also said that he does not expect any, there won't be any suspension given to Draymond Green. And this is what he said. This is the biggest crisis that we've had since I've been the coach here. It's really serious stuff. We're not perfect, but we're going to lean on the experience that we have together and trust that this is the best decision for our team. We have a lot of work to do, all of us. This is what he said following the statement of him being fined and not suspended. And I was just surprised. If you guys remember, in 2019, looming Kevin Durant's free agency, it was against the Clippers in Staples Center, where Draymond Green got suspended for an altercation between KD and Draymond. Draymond has publicly said that was a mistake. Why that they suspended him? That just ruined and it caused friction between the team. So I just feel like they took that into account. But Steve Kerr, after listening to the whole press conference, said that they didn't take any previous actions of Draymond into account, and they just looked at what was in front of them. He did not say if the video leaking had any effect on them or anything. If it was anything to do with the video leaking that they fined him, didn't suspend him, stuff like that. So at this moment, it's just he's going to be fine. He's going to rejoin the team. He expects him to play on opening night. He also said there is no way around it. Our culture has been damaged by this incident. You have to work to repair that. He said this about Draymond. He broke our trust, but I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt because I think he earned that. But he's absolutely right that he did break the trust between the players, where Draymond was their leader. He did say when he had his press conference following this incident, he said that he failed as a leader, he failed as a person after doing what he did, after throwing that punch towards Jordan Poole. And I couldn't agree less than that he's right. He did fail as a leader. He should have controlled his emotions in that moment. When Jordan did push him, he should have just, stepped back. But he did say, from the place that he comes from, Mark Spears of ESPN and Landscape did say this, from the place of Saginaw, Michigan, if someone is pushed, it's an act of aggression. And I think in his mind he's trying to fight me. So he just threw that punch right there. Still, at that point, you're not supposed to throw a punch at Jordan. That's just uncalled for. But I just want to say one thing. I commend Jordan Poole for how he took the situation, how he just, last night watching that preseason game, he was just all smiles on the bench. He didn't care. It was like this never happened. Even against the Lakers on Sunday, where he received that free throw award of the previous season, where he was the leading free throw shooter of the league, which Steph Curry previously held, and he was giving him an award, and they were smiling, laughing. It was like none of this ever happened. It was just like it was a different alternate reality. So I just commend him for how he took this, for how he's taking this, and how he just let Draymond Green come back with the team, how he's forgave Draymond Green, how the team has forgave Draymond Green in a way. And I guess he has to build that trust back. He has to build that leadership factor back. Kevon Looney says he has a lot of work to do. And Kerr did say Poole is willing to move forward and willing to get back out on the floor with Draymond and go to work. And that's just amazing because with this action of Jordan just allowing him to come back, and I just feel like he secured that contract extension that he's looking forward to. In the next 5 days, they have till the 18th. They have 6 days to secure this contract extension. I think it's midnight, October 18th, if I'm not mistaken, that Jordan Poole and the Warriors have to find a means to contract extension, and I just feel like that is when he just secured it, allowing Draymond to come back, being the bigger guy in the situation, and not taking it to heart, as he's a mature young guy. I forgot who said this. I think it was Kerr who said this. He's a mature young guy who doesn't care about what's going on, and he just wants to be better and win this back-to-back championship. So I just feel like that's just amazing gesture by Jordan Poole. And he just secured this bag. I don't know when it's going to be signed, but I'm like 99% sure that this contract extension will be signed between Jordan Poole and the Warriors. Something major, I guess, has to happen for this not to work out. I don't see Draymond getting this contract extension that he wants, that he's been looking forward to, this max contract extension. I think it's a 4-year, $130 million extension for Draymond. And I can't imagine paying 37-year-old Draymond around $30 to $40 million a year. That's insane. Even if he doesn't stay with the Warriors, he's going to have to be paid that much money wherever he goes. Even if he goes to LA, Detroit, Portland, those are the 3 teams that are like, people are saying like, they could trade for Draymond. So yeah, I guess that was the major news that came, in that game. James Wiseman played absolutely amazing. There's one thing I just want to talk about James Wiseman. He has to improve as a screener. He does set screens, but the way he sets screens, he just, touches the guy who he's screening against. He needs to get that big body. If he gets that screening habits down to the book, he could become a great screener because he has that body. He can knock that defender down. He can make that space for that guard who he's screening for. Moses Moody played an amazing game. He had 20 points. JaMychal Green was a major factor. I was watching that game. It was insane how good JaMychal Green was playing. He's going to be an amazing piece for this Warriors team. That was an amazing signing for this team. Dante DiVincenzo had 10 assists. Wow, that's amazing. So yeah, that was the only thing about this preseason. Today's going to be a slow episode. We're not going to talk about it much. I just want to say episode 5 will probably come out after opening night. I'll talk about, my reactions to opening night, what's going on, who won, who lost. I don't know what I'm going to do with how our podcast is going to go throughout the season. Maybe we're going to do twice a week. Maybe once a week we'll recap, like a huge episode, we'll recap all the games. We'll see about that. But for now, I'm certain I'll probably record after or around the Lakers-Warriors game on ring night. I think it's going to be Sixers and Celtics. First game of the night, Sixers Celtics, and then Lakers Warriors for ring night. So yeah, watch out for that episode. Episode 5 will probably come out on Wednesday morning around that time. So that's basically what's going on around the league. Now, let's just go through some hot takes that I found on Twitter. I have around 10 So let's go through them. The first one I have is the Pelicans are going to shock the world and make the Western Conference Finals. This is like a mild take. I don't see this being very hot. I could see this happening, especially with Zion coming back. We got CJ McCollum. That big three of CJ, BI, and Zion is going to be insane. You still got Jonas Valanciunas. The improvements of Trey Murphy, of Herb Jones. I gotta hop on that Herb Jones bandwagon. This kid is insane. He acts like he acts like a 20. He acts like he's 24, if I'm not mistaken, but he acts like a 36-year-old. Bi was saying this on CJ McCollum podcast that he's doing things that he's never seen anyone do, any vet. He's like waking up at like 5 a.m. in the morning. He's watching what he eats. That's something that Bi said he never did when he was a rookie or when he was a sophomore in with the Lakers. So it's just he's a vet, but he's a 24-year-old at the same time. So that's just amazing how he's balancing that out. I don't know if I talked about Jonas Valanciunas is on there too. A good spacing for that team. Who else? You got Trey Murphy, Jose Alvarado, amazing backup PG. So yeah, I just feel like this team can, has the potential to make the Western Conference Finals. I don't see this as a wild take. This is a wildly hot take. This is like a mild take. I could see this happening where the Pelicans do make the Western Conference Finals, but a lot has to go their ways. They have to stay healthy. They can't be, injured all the time. So yeah, let me just look at the roster, what it looks like. Yeah, they added Dyson Daniels, a good rookie. Larry Nance is still coming off the bench. Najee Marshall. I think Kira Lewis Jr. will be out for the season with a torn ACL, if I'm not mistaken. He is injured. Yeah, he has a torn ACL. This happened last year, so he might be back around, February, March. So that's a good addition. He's a pretty good 6'1" guard. So let's go to the next one. Keegan Murray will be the runaway Rookie of the Year pick throughout the season. He'll be consistent the whole way and will be a big part to the Kings' success even as a rookie. I 100% agree. I don't know if you guys watched my award predictions, but I think I had him around the third pick to win Rookie of the Year. So let me just look at it. He's my second pick. I had Jaden Ivey third. It was Jaden Ivey, Keegan Murray, and Paolo Banchero. So I could see this happening. Keegan Murray is an amazing, he's a veteran rookie. Same thing I was talking about, Herb Jones. He knows how he plays the game the right way. He's an amazing rookie. I don't know if he's going to start. Coach Mike Brown did say that the 4 spot is still open. Right now, I think the starting lineup looks more like the set starters he did say are Domantas Sabonis, De'Aaron Fox, and Harrison Barnes. That 2 and 4 spot is still available. I guess Keegan Murray might go out and take that spot. I don't know who's contending. I guess Rashawn Holmes is contending for that spot against him. You also got Malik Monk. You added Malik Monk, Kevin Huerter in the offseason. You still have Rashawn Holmes, Chimezie Metu, who I'm a big fan of. He's an amazing player. So I could see this team being a good play-in / playoff team. They could be that Pelicans type team who made the play-in last year, got the 8th seed, won those 2 games in the play-in, and made some noise in the playoffs against the Suns. I don't know who the number 1 seed is going to be this year. I guess it could be Denver, but we'll see who that could be. By the way, I am going to be coming out later this week with my Western Conference and Eastern Conference finals prediction. I mean, not finals, conference standings predictions. So watch out for that. It's going to be like a YouTube video type thing. It's kind of going to be a podcast. So watch out for that on YouTube. It's not going to be on Apple Podcasts and stuff like that. Maybe I should do that. I'll think about that. I don't know if I should. I don't know if I'll bring it out on the podcast platforms. I'm thinking of it more of being like a YouTube type video. So look out for that as well. So yeah, I could definitely see Keegan Murray winning Rookie of the Year, but he said a runaway pick. Uh, I don't know if he's going to be a runaway pick. You still got Paulo Banchero, you still got Jaden Ivey on the Pistons. Jaden Ivey had an amazing game. This kid, Jaden Ivey, looks amazing. He's just a hustler. The type he's like a mashup of Derrick Rose and Russell Westbrook. He had 11 points last game against the Thunder yesterday. I mean, they lost 99 to 115. So I don't see this being a runaway, him being a runaway MVP. I guess, I mean, a Rookie of the Year pick. He could be, it's gonna be a contested Rookie of the Year race, 100%. The third one is Thunder will be the 8th seed, and Shea will finish top 5 MVP voting. This is the hot take I'm looking for. I do not agree with this at all. I don't know how they're going to be the 8th seed with Shea going down. This really isn't even hot take. This is just a wildly insane take. I don't know if this even classifies as a hot take. This is insane. I don't see how Shea will finish top 5 in MVP voting. I just feel like the Thunder are in the tank wars or in the Wembanyama sweepstakes. We'll talk about that. I think the last take will be about that. Yeah, so I just feel like the Thunder are going to be the Wembanyama sweepstakes. I don't see them being in the 8th seed. That's just insane. Yeah, that's crazy because Chet is down. How are they going to be the 8th seed? I guess Shea could, even if Shea goes off, Shea himself just can't carry this team to the 8th seed. That's just insane. The fourth one is James Wiseman will be a legit force. I'm taking 19, 8 and 3, 50% from the field, 1.5 blocks. I don't know about this. He's going to be a huge factor in this Warriors run. Like I talked about right now, he's having an amazing preseason right now, but his role is going to decrease in the regular season because Kevon Looney is going to be starting. Sorry about that. Kevon Looney is going to be starting. So I don't see how he's going to average this many points of 19 and 8. I guess it's possible he'd probably be a 6-man of the year candidate, I guess, because he's not going to be starting. He is going to have to earn that starting spot. What's his name? Steve Kerr did say that he doesn't want anything handed to James Wiseman. He has to learn that everything is not given in this league. You have to earn that, so that's why he's probably going to be fighting for that a starting spot with Kevon Looney. I mean, those two are super close, Kevon and James Wiseman. They're always working out together. You can see that in their practice film sometimes, whatever's leaking. You can see them working out together. Kevon Looney teaching him the ways of rebounding, of how to finish around the rim and stuff like that. And you can see he's improved a lot. He just has to learn those screening aspects of getting that body on that defender. And that's not that hard, Kevon Looney can teach him that. Kevon Looney's a big screener. He could teach him that. Or you have Zaza, who's a pretty good screener in his heyday, who can teach him how to screen. Zaza is still with that team. The fifth one is the Sacramento Kings will make the NBA playoffs. I guess we just talked about this. Yes, I agree with this. I could see them making the playoffs. This isn't a hot take. This is a mild take as well. They could definitely make a run in the playoffs. Not a run, but they could make a run to the playoffs where they're like a play-in team. They win the play-in. They get the 7-8 seed. I could see this happening. I don't see them being a top 6 seed because of how many good teams there are. Just off the top of my head, you got the Nuggets, Warriors, Clippers, Suns. You also got the Pelicans, who we just talked about. I hope I'm not missing anybody. The Timberwolves, they're all better. I guess those are the top 6 teams. I think I listed 6 right there, right? I listed 6 right there. You still got the Lakers over there. I don't know. I can't talk about the Lakers. I don't know what they're gonna do. If they're gonna trade Russ, they're gonna keep Russ. How their lineups are gonna look like? Are they gonna write Anthony Davis at the center? I don't know how that's gonna go. So I guess I could see the Kings making the playoffs and probably winning a couple of games in the playoffs against the number 1 or number 2 seed. So we'll see. The fifth or the fourth. We're on fifth one, right? Let me check. No, we're on sixth. Sorry about that. Anthony Edwards is going to be a top 2 to 3 shooting guard in the league by the end of the season. I agree with this. This is a pretty hot take, I guess, if you say about it. You got pretty decent shooting guards in the league. You got Zach LaVine, Bradley Beal, D-Book. Is James Harden, is he a top 5 shooting guard? I don't know. We'll see. Who else you got? I'm definitely missing someone there. Damn. I'm definitely missing someone there. I kind of do. I guess he's going to, in my opinion, he was a top 6 shooting guard last year. I think he can make that 3 shooting guard leap. He can probably get to the level he could probably cross Zach LaVine, and you're probably going to be in the echelon tiers of D-Book, Bradley Beal, and Anthony Edwards. So, yeah, I guess he could be a top 3 shooting guard in the league. I think it was like a couple of episodes ago I was talking about the Timberwolves, where I said, or it was last episode where I was doing award predictions for Most Improved Player, where I had him winning the Most Improved Player award. And I said that he could increase his points per game to around 26, 27, and I do see him doing that. He's going to have a bigger role with his team. I think Chris Finch is going to have him running the ball more, having the ball in his hands more. I could see this happening. So we'll see. I think he could be a top 2 to 3 shooting guard in the league next season. The 7th one is Hawks or a top 2 team in the East. Shoot. Nah, man. This is a hot take. This is insane hot take. Nah, there's no way. I just don't see this. They could be like number 6 seed, make the play-in, number 7 seed, number 8 seed. I don't know. I don't think they're going to be a top 2 team in the East. Off the top of my head, you got the Celtics, Sixers, you got the Bucks, Nets. All these teams are better than the Hawks at this point. You still got the Cavs, who in my opinion are like low key at the same tier as the Hawks, maybe a tier above. So I don't see this team being a top 2 team in the East. They can definitely be a top 6 team. They can make the playoffs. They can definitely be a play-in team. I don't know if I would be super surprised if they missed the play-in. Missed the playoffs entirely, like they made the play-in. I'd be super surprised if they just missed the play-in entirely. I think a huge injury would have to happen for something like of that magnitude of them just missing the play-in entirely to happen. So we'll see. The 8th one is Simons is better than Hero, Poole, and Maxey. He can score as efficiently from 3 levels while being a lot more athletic and explosive. I don't know if I agree with this. I think Hero and Poole and Maxey are all they're all in the same tier. These 4 are just killing it at the shooting guard position. They're all shooting. I think Maxey's going to run the 1. Poole is going to be off the bench. Hero's probably going to be a 2. Simons is going to be a 2 as well. They're all young guards who are amazing players. I have stock in all 4 of these players. They're amazing, but I just feel like Simons is on the same tier as these 3. It's not like one is better than the other. I just think they're all equally on the same tier. I know Hero won 6th Man of the Year last year, but I see all 4 of them taking major leaps this season. I had Poole winning 6th Man of the Year. Maxey is just going off in the preseason. He's like insanely good in the preseason. He's not like missing a shot. His shooting splits are amazing. He's averaging like around 20 in the preseason. But obviously with Joel, James Harden, PJ, Tobias, all of them on the floor together, his shots are going to go down. But I just feel like he's going to be an amazing player for the Sixers. With Poole, he's going to be a six-man of the year candidate 100% because he's going to be coming off the bench behind Clay and Steph. He's going to have a whole second unit running with, Dante DiVincenzo, JaMychal Green, Jonathan Kuminga, James Wiseman. So that's going to show a lot of his potential with those four players around him. With Hero, he's probably going to be starting to we'll see about if they're going to start Victor Oladipo or Tyler Hero. I think Tyler Hero has said that he does want to start. That's his. He wants his role to be a starter on the Heat. So we'll see how that turns out. Because I wouldn't pay around like $120 million to a bench piece. I guess he could, but I don't know, a six-man, $120 million, that's pretty crazy. I mean, you're going to pay that to Poole anyway with the Warriors, so we'll see what that comes out to. For Simons, he's going to be the number 2 guard for the Blazers. I was just talking about this with someone. I was listening to Zach Lowe's podcast. He gave an idea of why don't no, this wasn't Zach Lowe, I'm sorry. This was a mismatch with Chris Vernon and Kevin O'Connor, KOC, where they were talking about why don't the Blazers just think of just splitting ways with Dame, just going in for that tank of the Victor Wembanyama sweepstakes. KOC was saying it's better to take that 14% chance odds of getting the number 1 overall pick than just, having the odds of making a play-in, fighting for a play-in spot. Or you can just have Dame just sit out. But I was thinking this. I don't know why Dame would sit out. I know the season he sat out last season, his stock is just going plummeting. Everybody's talking shit about him. Everybody's underrating him. So I guess he has that factor in him that, I got to prove these haters wrong. I gotta go out, become an MVP candidate again, like I was in 2021, like how I was playing in the bubble. I was a bubble MVP. I gotta go to that level again. But I just don't. Bro, they have not changed his team around this guy for 10 years. This guy's been in the league since 2012, and he's had the same exact roster makeup. He hasn't had a good superstar around him. You can't win a championship like that nowadays. Like Dame, this loyalty thing is just going like berserk around Dame. But you can't just say loyalty. I'm loyal to run from the grind. He's saying that to Paul George, run from the grind. You're running from the grind, and just sit in one place and not win anything. At one point you have to look yourself in the mirror and say, man, am I actually winning? Am I actually getting something out of this? Am I actually getting something out of Portland? So I just feel like I would, if I was in the Blazers, I would think about this. I would think this idea through of trading Dame, trying to tank for this Wembanyama sweepstakes, trying to get into that. So I could see that happening, or Dame, might request a trade at the end of the season if they just doesn't happen. I don't know. I don't see that happening because this loyalty thing is just going around. It's just eating up his mind. I don't know why he's like so into this loyalty thing. Or I guess like we've just been so accustomed to super teams that we just think that a player can't win on his own. I just feel like Dame is at that level. He's not a superstar. He's a great player. In this league, the term superstar gets thrown out too much. Everybody says, this player's a superstar, this player's a superstar. In my opinion, there's only 5 superstars in this league, 5 to 6 superstars in this league. You got Jokic, you got Embiid, you got Giannis, you got Curry, you got Luka, you got KD, you got LeBron. Those 7, in my opinion, are the only superstars in this league. Because this term just gets thrown out too much. I don't know if this is a hot take. This is a hot take for me. Those are the only 7 superstars in the league. Everybody else is a borderline superstar or like right there, kind of, They're not like those, oh my God. Let me give you an example. Jason Tatum is a superstar. I guess he's a borderline superstar. Pascal Siakam is a superstar. He's not a superstar. He's a borderline superstar. He could get to that level. But, I think I missed Kawhi. Kawhi, in my opinion, is a superstar as well. So I got 8 right there. I don't know if this is a hot take. This term just gets thrown out too much. So, yeah. I guess that was like a 2-minute rant. So going back to this hot take, Simons is better than Hero Pool and Maxey. I don't agree with this. I guess they're all on the same level. I don't know who's better than who. We'll see later down the line, but I just feel like they're all in the same level, same tier. Coming down to the end, the ninth one is Anthony Davis will win the Defensive Player of the Year. I guess, but he has to stay healthy. If he stays healthy, you could probably say he could win Defensive Player of the Year. The Lakers will have to be a top 3 defense, probably maybe even like a top 1. Have to be the best defense in the league. They have to be, a certified playoff spot, not a play-in, but a playoff team. They gotta be, in that conversation of championship contenders. I don't see any of this happening. I don't see Anthony Davis staying healthy. I don't see him playing more than like 60 games. So I don't know. I guess he could win Defensive Player of the Year if he stays healthy, but we'll see. Coming to the end, the last hot take. Well, this isn't a hot take. This is just like, a mild, super mild take. The race for the Wembanyama sweepstakes will make these bad teams much more compelling to watch this season. And let me state those bad teams. The Rockets, the Pistons, the Pacers, the Magic, the Thunder, and the Jazz. I guess they might become more compelling to watch just because they're losing, I guess. Why? I mean, for the Magic, you got Paolo Banchero. For the Jazz, you don't got nobody to watch. For the Rockets, you got Jabari Smith, Jalen Green, KPJ. For the Pistons, I'd love to watch. This team's amazing to watch. Pistons are like my league pass team. Pacers, I love watching Reese Shea, Tyrese Halliburton play. This guy's an amazing talent. He could average around like 20 and 10 this season. So all these teams are in the Wembanyama sweepstakes. Cade Cunningham was on Zach Lowe's podcast yesterday, and he said that the goal is to make a play-in spot, make the playoffs. I could see this happening, but we'll see how this turns out. I don't know. Can this team make the playoffs? Can this team make the play-in? We'll see. I guess that'll do for this episode. I'll do one more thing. Let me rank this team from most fun to least fun to watch. So number 1, most fun to watch. I'm probably going to go with the Pistons because I think I just said this. The Pistons are insanely fun to watch. They're an amazing team. They could make a run for the play-in spot. Next, I'm going to go with the Pacers, then the Rockets, then the Magic, then the Thunder, and then the Jazz. For the Thunder, I'd probably have the only reason I have the Thunder over the Jazz is Shea. That's the only thing that's making me Shea and Giddey and Lou Dort. Those are only three players making me watch them over the Jazz. The Jazz have nobody. Colin Sexton, Mike Conley. Who wants to watch those two play? Colin Sexton is a decent player. I don't know. If he averages like 25 in the first one, then they're definitely going to become a league pass team because I'm just going to enjoy watching him play. But we'll see about that. So I guess that'll be the end for this podcast. It was a short episode, 33-minute episode. Watch out for the Western Conference and Eastern Conference standings predictions coming out the end of this week, probably, maybe the start of this week, maybe on Monday. But episode 5 will come out after opening night. I'll probably record it Tuesday night during the game of the Lakers and Warriors. If it's a close game, then I'll do it after. If it's not a close game, then I'll do it during the game. We'll just react to what's going on, what happened, if anything major happened during that time. We'll talk about that as well during October 12th and October 18th. If anything major happens between that time, we'll talk about that as well. So, it was a 34-minute episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Follow me on TikTok and on Instagram, @Capital. Rate 5 stars on Spotify and on all podcast platforms. I just released my podcast on Google Podcasts and on iHeartRadio. So go show some love on that. I hope you guys enjoyed this. So I'll see you guys on Wednesday, October 19th for episode 5, reacting to games 1 and 2 of the NBA season, which will be the Sixers, Celtics, and Lakers, Warriors. So see you guys then. Have a great time till then. Stay safe. stay out of trouble. Peace.